What's going on, y'all? I'm back again, and in this video, I'm gonna just be talking about projections. I've been feeling like I've been experiencing so much of it as of lately from my friends, family, and even from strangers. And I came into the realization that even at times I do it myself. And really, just to shine a light on what a projection is when we take our own feelings, thoughts, or insecurities and we put them onto someone else without even realizing it. Like, instead of us facing what's inside of us, we see it in others. So an example of that, we know, right, if someone feels guilty about lying, they might accuse someone else of being dishonest. Or if someone is feeling insecure, they might assume someone else is judging them. But the reality is, we all project, whether we realize it or not. I've done it, and I've caught myself assuming somebody was being extremely dismissive, but in all reality, I was the only one just feeling unheard. But that's the thing about projection. We take what we feel, what we fear, or what we struggle to accept about ourselves, and we place it onto someone else. I've come to learn that it's not always intentional. It's just the way our minds try to protect us. But the problem that comes with it is that it distances us from the truth. It keeps us stuck in our own assumptions instead of seeing the situation for what it is, the people for who they actually are. But what I've really come to learn is that recognizing projection takes self-awareness. It takes pausing and asking, is this really about them or is this about me? It takes humility to admit when we've been doing something that isn't necessarily kind. You know what I'm trying to say? It takes courage to look inward instead of blaming people outwardly. And I gotta say, a lot of this video is really stemming from me realizing that people in proximity to me often don't really know the real me. Instead, they form perceptions based off of what they've heard or assumed. They project their own feelings or experiences onto me, often painting pictures that aren't accurate. That projection leads to a whole bunch of misunderstandings and judgments before any real conversation can happen. But the hard truth about that is that I've come to recognize that those projections come from people who are unhappy and they don't want to take the time to understand others. And all that does is reinforce to me that patience, open-mindedness, and a genuine conversation are truly the key to really understanding one another instead of just making assumptions. I really hope that this video allows us to strive towards seeing who we really are, or seeing others for who they really are, and not just seeing things through the lens of our own projections. Because I guarantee you, when you begin to drop the projections and you begin to ask questions, you begin to come into more understanding. You begin to have more clarity. And ever since I stopped projecting, I've come into a lot more self-awareness, more personal growth, having better relationships with the people that really do like to communicate. There's less conflict and more inner peace, and you get to have a lot more of that emotional freedom that we all truly deserve.